Hello everyone, we are excited to present our project on Java servlets and discuss the role they play in web applications. Today, we have our team members Fahad, Shujat Ali, Saad and Sayan to introduce servlets and JSP to us. Introduction to Java servlets. What is Java servlet? Java servlets are the Java programs that run on the Java-enabled web server or application server. They are used to handle the request obtained from the web server, process the request, produce the response, and then send the response back to the web server. Properties of Java Servlet. The properties of servlets are as follows. Servlets work on the server side. Servlets are capable of handling complex requests obtained from the web server. Java Servlets Architecture. Servlet architecture can be depicted from the image itself as provided below as follows. We have a main component, web browser. This represents the client-side interface where the user interacts with the web application. Execution of Java servlets. Execution of servlets basically involves 6 basic steps. The client sends the request to the web server receives the request, the web server passes the request to the corresponding servlet, the servlet processes the request and generates the response in the form of output. The servlet sends the response back to the web server sends the response back to the client and the client browser displays it on the screen.
Introduction to JSP. In Java, JSP stands for Jakarta Server Pages JSP, formerly Java Server Pages. It is a server-side technology that is used for creating web applications. It is used to create dynamic web content. JSP consists of both HTML tags and JSP tags. In these, JSP tags are used to insert Java code into HTML pages. It is an advanced version of servlet technology, that is a web-based technology that helps us to create dynamic and platform-independent web pages. In this, Java code can be inserted in HTML, XML pages or both. JSP is first converted into a servlet by the JSP container before processing the client's request. JSP has various features like JSP expressions, JSP tags, JSP expression language, etc. JSP allows embedding Java code into HTML pages, making it easier to build interactive web applications.
Features of JSP. Coding in JSP is easy as it involves adding Java code to HTML or XML. Easy to use and learn. It is straightforward and accessible for both Java and non-Java programmers. It does not require advanced knowledge of Java. Suitable for users with basic Java skills. Reduction in the length of code. JSP uses action tags, custom tags, etc. to minimize code length. JavaScript lets allow embedding Java code, variables, and expressions within JSP pages. How is JSP more advantageous than servlet? They are easy to maintain, no recompilation and or redeployment is required. Less coding is required in JSP. JSP has access to the entire API of Java. JSP are extended version of JSP architecture. JSP architecture gives a high-level view of the working of JSP. JSP architecture is a three-tier architecture. It has a client, web server, and database. The client is the web browser or application on the user side. Web server uses a JSP engine, that is a container that processes JSP.
Of JSP. The Java server page lifecycle is defined as a process that started with its creation, which later translated to a servlet, and afterward, servlet lifecycle comes into play. This is how the process goes into until its destruction. Following steps are involved in the JSP lifecycle. Translation of JSP page to servlet. Compilation of JSP page. Compilation of JSP into test.java. Class loading. Test.java to test.class. Instantiation. Object of the generated servlet is created. Initialization. JSP init method is invoked by the container. Request processing. JSP service is invoked by the container. JSP cleanup. JSP destroy method is invoked by the container.
Difference between servlet and JSP. Brief introduction. Servlet technology is used to create a web application. A servlet is a Java class that is used to extend the capabilities of servers that host applications accessed by the means of a request response model. Servlets are mainly used to extend the applications hosted by web services. JSP is used to create web applications just like servlet technology. A JSP is a text document that contains two types of text, static data and dynamic data. The static data can be expressed in any text-based format like HTML, XML, SVG, and WML. And the dynamic content can be expressed by JSP elements. Difference between servlet and JSP. The difference between servlet and JSP is as follows. Servlet is a Java code, whereas JSP is a HTML based compilation code. Writing code for servlet is harder than JSP as it is HTML in Java, whereas JSP is easy to code as it is Java in HTML. Servlet plays a controller role in the model view controller approach, whereas JSP is the view in the model view controller approach for showing output. Servlet is faster than JSP, whereas JSP is slower than servlet because the first step in the JSP lifecycle is the translation of JSP to Java code and then compile. Servlet can accept all protocol requests, whereas JSP only accepts HTTP requests.